The day is Friday, the 14th of November, 2025. Today's New York Times crossword is by Malika Handa and edited by Will Shorts. Let's get into it. Okay, one across. Eating plan that attempts to mimic Stone Age conditions. So, eating plan, I guess the diet, Stone Age conditions would be kind of Paleolithic. I expect the answer is a paleo diet. One down. Cool in streaming slang. Streaming slang. Beginning with P. No, I don't know. I don't really watch streams. How about this? Honeybee genus. So I believe bees. So an apiary, for example, is a place where bees are kept. So it must be AP something, maybe even API something. I'm not sure the full name of the genus. I mean, it could be APIA. But no, I don't believe so, because celery unit wouldn't be something beginning with A, but it could be something beginning with S. In that case, being stalk, a stalk of celery. Fast time, so a time when you might be fasting, which would be Lent. People often stop eating something meat during Lent. Unsolved mysteries could be open cases, perhaps. I wonder, like an open case, a cold case, something along those lines. Still not sure about this cool in streaming slang. How about four down? Captivate. I would have thought entrance or something along those lines, and it may well be something like that. Not sure though. Wild cats whose name comes from Nahuatl. I'm going to say ocelots. Yes, ocelots fits. I didn't know that that's the where it came from, which I believe is the Aztec language. I'm not too sure. How about this one? Something paneer, classic vegetarian Indian dish. So this would be saag paneer, which is saag. I think is spinach, if I remember correctly. Be unchill. No, I'm not too sure. I'll come back up here. Seven down. God is a woman is the famous song by Ariana Grande. Eight down. Fish that can be 12 feet long. I'm going to guess eels. It wouldn't be a New York Times crossword without eels featuring somewhere. How about this? Pineapple and cranberry for two in NYC. Beginning with S, I'm going to have to assume that there is a Pineapple Street, a Cranberry Street. I don't know this for sure, but look, it's a big place, New York. It could have all sorts of names. And the fly that causes sleeping sickness, this would be the tsetse fly. Okay, Toy Story antagonist. So the name of that odd-looking child, I think, is Sid. I'm not sure if it's S-I-D or S-Y-D. Yes, it must be S-I, because the Beyonce song subtitle, Put a Ring on It, would be Single Ladies. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Okay, 26 down. Initials for the old East Germany, that would be the DDR. Deutsches Demokratische Republik, something along those lines, I imagine. How about this one? 36 across. Be in one's good graces. That's a common phrase. 32 down. Lass. Middle letter A. Not too sure. Lass, I would have assumed like a girl, but yeah, I'm not too sure. 31 across. Avengers. I think Endgame is that what it's called? Endgame. Have I just made that up? You know, I've never actually seen quite a lot of these films. Avengers Endgame. I feel like I've heard that phrase before. Oh, yes, in which case, lass could be a gal. So, again, a slang word for a girl. 41 across, a board game that begins with players choosing college versus career. So, I'm going to guess this is the game of life. I didn't know that's how it began, but that's interesting. I've never actually played the game before, but I'm aware of it. How to be an by Ibram X. Kendi. How to be an anti-racist? That could be it. I think I've heard that name before. Okay, where to set a cocktail garnish? I suppose on the rim of a glass. What have we got here? I told you. That could just be C, as in C. I told you. Non-recurring payment, some sort of fee, maybe a one-time fee. That would make sense. Bit on a bun. A bun. So like a burger bun would have sesame seeds. Sesame seed fits. Material for a certain pocket would be a pitta, pitta pocket, pitta bread. Whole bunch. An E and P, not too sure. It's different from randomness. Mathematically, that would be chaos, not quite the same. I don't know that I would be able to explain the difference. 10 down, lifeguard skill for short would be CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. A pasta shape similar to ZT would be penne, and the subscription prices would be rates. Oh yes, a whole bunch is a heap. Great. Now, where has it taken me? 23 across. Shape of a charm that Simone Biles wears on a necklace. Actually, I had no idea she did that, so I don't know what the answer is. How about here? I've got quite a few letters, 17 across. Despite its name, it's not alcoholic, so some sort of ale. Could it be ginger ale? Ginger ale would make sense. And then pog, being cool in streaming slang. Sure, I have never heard that before. Captivate could be engage, could be as simple as that. Yeah, still not sure about this one. Aesthetic associated with classic literature and vintage fashion. So this could be dark academia, I believe is what it's called. I've heard that before. Never read anything of that genre. 23 across. Okay, so maybe it's a goat because she is, I suppose, she thinks of herself as the greatest of all time. And you know what? She may well be. 24 down, be unchill. No, still not sure. Could it be Thor, though? I wonder. Thor, be unchill? Could be, actually. Oh, yeah, and then live could be dwell. Where you dwell, where you live. Understand, then, is simply get. One option in a subscription service could be a tier. There are often multiple tiers in subscription. Lean to one side. L-I. Lilt? No. I'm not too sure, actually. What about 49 across? Created unpleasant driving conditions in a way. Could it be sleeted, as in the weather was sleety? Oh, lean to one side is list. So like I think it's generally when we're talking about a ship listing at sea. Needing a 34-inch inseam. I believe that would be a tall person would need that. I'm actually not sure how long that is. Is that a lot? I don't know. Horror character known as the Mistress of the Dark. So I think that would be Elvira. I don't know why I know that name. Probably from a Simpsons episode, to be honest. 58 across. British natural historian Attenborough. That would be David Attenborough, of course. Adroit. So this means being skillful at something. So it could be deft. And then something Bunin, 1933 literature nobelist from Russia. A couple of options. It could be Igor, it could be Ivan. I don't actually know who it is, so I'll leave it out for now. 45 down. Shut again as a gate. Could be relatch. Gates often have latches, so if you relatch it, you're closing it again. Liner notes. Liner. Could be like a cruise liner, I wonder. And notes. Could be something musical. Not too sure. Video game in which users build tools from raw resources. I'm guessing this would be Minecraft. Yep, that would make sense. You have to mine your materials before you can use them to create new material, to make new tools that you then use to do more mining. It's badly needed. It's badly in need of a pick-me-up. 65 down. Badly in need of a pick-me-up. No, I'm not sure. So I've got I and I've got A, so it could be Ivan. That's a fairly common Russian name. So I'll leave that in. Liner notes. Could it be a sea shanty? Oh, yeah, okay. Music at sea. Yes. Sea liner, cruise liner. Great. Cellular data plan. I think this would be DNA, right? The data of of an organic being is encoded within the cell as DNA. Common things in processed foods. That would be additives. And so a sty is in need of a pick-me-up, sure. As in picking up a mess. Edie Falco is in The Sopranos, which I've been rewatching recently. Beats it. Not too sure. Verb in each of the first three sentences of the Gettysburg Address. What does he say? 7 years ago, something, etc. Maybe it's just I mean, what else could really fit there? Beats it. No, I'm not too sure. What about here? Instapost would be a picture that you post on Instagram. Beats it. Oh, leaves. Departs. Scrams. They form when snow melts and refreezes. Snow melts and refreezes to form. No, I'm not too sure. What about little rest? That would be a nap. Take a nap. That's a small rest. I cannot handle this right now. I'm busy or something of that nature, I would expect. How about 38 down? A group of whales is known as a pod of whales. Snow melts and refreezes to form some sort of dam, perhaps. I'm not aware. Could it be an ice dam, perhaps? I've never heard that phrase before, ice dam. I suppose it kind of makes sense, though. Let's see what happens. 37 across. Ooze could be seep. A squad that trains athletes for the pros. Trains athletes for the pros. No, I don't really have much to work with here. Resource used in 67 across. I'm going to guess ores. They use ores and then they refine those ores and create pickaxes and hatchets and so on. Teen drama that revolves around the scandalous lives of Manhattan's elite. I think that would be Gossip Girl, which is set in Manhattan, if I recall correctly. Fruit that can be used to add highlights to your hair. I had no idea. Could it be lemon? Could you put lemon in your hair? Could be. Because 62 down, ID whose lowest possibility is that would be a social security number, I expect. Iranian money would be reals. Ring in many Renaissance paintings. Well, they were often biblical, and so people would have halos. They're the subject of more than 200 million catalogs a year. I have not much of an idea here. What about 54 across? Roman Empire invader, those would be the Goths. And 51 across, something supuesto. Oh, I have no idea. I don't know my Spanish. So what about this one? Squad that trains athletes for the pros. Some sort of team, I would think. Could it be a feeder team? A feeder team. Okay, so they keep the kind of B team, I suppose, or people who aren't in the main team. Keep them busy, something to do until they're ready. I cannot handle this right now, so I am so done. So done. Ingredient that resembles soil in dirt pudding. I think it might be an Oreo cookie. I haven't seen an Oreo in a while. Oreo cookie. That is Friday done. So Fridays are always themeless, and they're usually quite tricky. This one I've actually been able to do, I think, quicker than even Tuesday, perhaps, but certainly quicker than Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, nice, easy Friday, maybe because the ones earlier in the week were a bit tough. But yes, 12 minutes and 39 seconds for this Friday, the 14th of November, 2025.